Have you ever heard the word inertia? It's a big word, but it means something pretty simple. Inertia is the tendency of an object to resist changes in its motion. Imagine a bowling ball sitting still on the floor. It doesn't want to move unless something pushes or pulls it, right? That's inertia. Objects at rest like to stay at rest. Now imagine that bowling ball rolling down the lane. It wants to keep rolling in the same direction unless something stops it. That's inertia too. Objects in motion like to stay in motion. Inertia is everywhere. It's why we wear seatbelts in the car. It's also why it's hard to stop running suddenly. Inertia is pretty cool, don't you think? Let's talk about a fun example of inertia. Imagine you're on a bus, standing up. The bus is moving along and then suddenly it slams on the brakes. What happens? You probably lurch forward, right? That's because of inertia. Your body was in motion with the bus, and it wanted to stay in motion. When the bus stopped suddenly, your body kept going forward. That's why it's important to hold on to the handrails on a bus or train. Inertia can be a powerful force. It's better to be safe than sorry. Remember, objects in motion want to stay in motion. That's inertia in action. Now, are you ready for a really cool trick that uses inertia? It's called the tablecloth trick. It looks like magic, but it's really science at work. Here's what you need: a table, a tablecloth, and some dishes. Set the table with plates, glasses, and silverware just like you were having a fancy dinner. Make sure the tablecloth hangs over the edge of the table. Now here comes the tricky part. You need to grab the edge of the tablecloth firmly and pull it down quickly. Don't hesitate. Pull it straight down towards the floor in one swift motion. What do you think will happen? Will the dishes go flying? If you do the trick correctly, the dishes should stay put. They might wiggle a little, but they shouldn't fall off the table. How is that possible? It's all thanks to inertia. The dishes were at rest on the table, and they wanted to stay at rest. When you pulled the tablecloth quickly, the dishes didn't have time to react. They stayed in place because of inertia. The key is to pull the tablecloth down very quickly. The faster you pull, the less time the dishes have to move. It's a fun and exciting way to see inertia in action. So remember, inertia is the tendency of an object to resist changes in its motion. It's a fundamental principle of physics that explains why objects behave the way they do. Now go out there and impress your friends with your knowledge of inertia, and maybe even try the tablecloth trick yourself.